We are big believers in using cloud-native AWS services. We're using AWS Transcribe, but not just Transcribe itself. We have built metadata and configurations around it. We've also done custom coding, and we've also scaled it so that when we do 100 earnings calls, for example, it's actually scaling to that. The other thing that we've done is for test extract, we use the services that are readily available at AWS Test Extract. And when we need version changes or feature requests, AWS has actually worked with us to get those done. And we use that for the document parts of the product. In addition to that, we're obviously using Glue and Python and Spark ETL. We're using Glue orchestration. We're using Event Bridge, Huda. We're using a lot of these services that are native to AWS. And Lambda is like the staple for all of our scaling. And that's how we are scaling most of our platforms.
Okay. Darrel, if you can share a little bit about the cloud technologies that you are using on the engineering side that is helping you deliver the data?
Yeah, so we're using pretty much the gamut of Amazon technologies, right? We're heavy in EKS, so we're a Kubernetes shop for our compute, and lots of scale there. Obviously, S3 from a storage perspective, because it's tons of storage for cheap, which is great. Bedrock and SageMaker we've been using as well. We got into the early preview of Bedrock, so we started playing with that to see how it's going to operate with some of the Claude models and the Titan models. SageMaker for doing some training and fine-tuning as well, so we're using that a lot. Lambdas for compute on top of EKS, so there's some situations where Lambda is really the right tool for the right job. And API gateways. Those are really the kind of the fundamental building blocks that we've used to build our platform out on top of large language models and data ingestion.
We haven't started using Bedrock yet. We're still using OpenAI, but we do use API gateway and the lake formation overall also, and Redshift and Athena.
You deal with a variety of data at the company from many different places and systems. If you can share a little bit about how you also use maybe Nexla in some of these cases across the data variety. Yeah,
absolutely. So Nexla gives us some really key benefits that we're enjoying as we use it for data ingestion. One is the fact that it can connect to so many different data sources. Like I said, we have thousands of data sources we're connecting to. And under those data sources, there's some that are SFTP, some that are shares, some that are APIs. So no matter how we're accessing data from other databases or from other file servers, we can pull that data in. And the flexibility, I think, of Nexla's transformations was something that was key. As I mentioned, all these different data sources, we have lots of data that needs to be cleaned up properly. It has different weird formats that we have to change it to and transform. So Nexla gives us that ability to not only use their built-in transformations, but if we have something that's custom or we need, because we have a certain vendor that's giving us data in a way that they don't, that isn't standard, we can build a custom transformation to handle that particular vendor.